Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Thursday night. This is Christine Bertram coming to you live from the makeshift hive in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. This is your regularly programmed broadcast for our Stampin' Fun tonight. How's everybody doing? It's crazy to think another Thursday is here. So, girls, I think that we're halfway through the summer now of these Thursday night lives. How are we doing with them? Are you enjoying them? I am just going to find myself so that I can watch your comments come through, and I just found it. So let's see who's with me. Oh, so we've got a paper pumpkin to put together tonight, gals. Who's ready for it? I think I am probably the most ready I have been for a paper pumpkin. I actually brought down, I don't know if you can see along the side here, not so much, but hi Arliss, how are you doing, sweetheart? I have prepared the most for a paper pumpkin ever, I think. I did my homework, I researched Pinterest, I researched the paper pumpkin party place or whatever, there's a couple Facebook groups, and we may do more than one alternative idea. We may do two or three. Will depend. It will depends on how long we go here. So I don't have a hot date like I did last week. So I'll try to Stella more things tonight. So hi Deanne. Okay, so as you girls are filtering in here, if you want to tell me where you're from, it's always fun because people don't always know who's all on here and from where, and it's so exciting to see all the states pop through. I love it. So I do want to share with you a little bit about the project. I feel like everybody's always curious where I'm at with it. So I'll show you some color samples and stuff too. I'll flip my screen down. But Tyler and a coworker of mine, Adam, on Tuesday, we blew in all of the insulation into the attic, and we were told we wanted to get that done. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Shar. We wanted to get that done before we paint, and painting, like priming and then painting, is set up for early next week. I was going to take a vacation day tomorrow and do it with my mom and a couple of gals that I stamp with. Hi, Betty. But my mom's got somebody lined up. Hi, Kim from Albuquerque. My mom's got somebody lined up. We're waiting for him to call, though. We're hoping he can come with his sprayer and spray everything. Hi, Jennifer. Are you all ready with your pumpkin? I hope so. Hi, Jean. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Angie. So thanks for sharing, Shar. I appreciate you sharing. I love it when you girls share. It's always good to touch more people and share more fun. So we have priming and painting next week, and then after that, electrical. And electrical meaning hooking up all the wiring, because right now the only way we get lights out there is by plugging them in and then having an extension cord of lights. So electrical, and then at the same time, the siding is going to go up next week. My guy builder is done working on the project he was working on, so he's going to fit in the siding next week. I'm glad that you're ready, Jennifer. And then what else was there? So siding. Oh, tomorrow, guess what? Oh my gosh. So do you remember if you were with me like 3 weeks ago, I had water in the basement? I think that was about 3 weeks ago now. It could be 4, but it was on a Thursday night. And hi, Luann, I was fretting because I had about 60 gallons that I had to get out of my basement. I mean, it was a lot. I had 30 pails that were 2 gallons each. Hi, Kathy Beck. And so guess what happens tomorrow? I'm so excited. I get my gutters and my downspouts. They're going to be here at 9 a.m. So I'm so happy I'm working from home tomorrow, so I can be here when they get started just to make sure that it's all on the right track. So yay to gutters and downspout. It's like, who doesn't love that on their house so that the rain doesn't come in the basement? So, oh my gosh, girls, we're making so much progress. So, yes, Arliss. So my mom was gonna have us roll it by hand, but I tweaked a muscle in my elbow last week doing insulation. So I've been like like broken chicken wing, and like I feel like a little chicken that's got a broken wing, and so I'm babying it, and I couldn't even imagine rolling all this primer and then 2 coats of paint. And so I'm really hoping that she is gonna hook us up. She found a guy that does the primer spray painting, and then we're gonna see if he'll do the garage as well, because the garage is all one color. It's gonna be like an off-white. So so yes, pictures. So it's really hard to take pictures of the blow and insulation and all that, and that kind of was supposedly the last phase. But the next phase is, so we got the drywall done and then the painting. And so once the painting is done, there will be more pictures to come, Shar. So hi, Julie. Yeah, right. You hated gutters. A girl needs her gutters. She doesn't want to be down in the basement dumping out water down a drain all night. That wasn't fun. I wish I would have stayed stamping with all of you. But yeah, so that's a little bit about where we're at. I think I tentatively put the first event in my head of what could be out there. There is, so for all of you Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, our Stampin' Up! Convention is an online format this year, and it's the first week of November, and a couple gals on my team asked me to host a watching party, and I would invite my team over, and I have a big screen TV, and I'll link it to the internet so we can watch the rewards recognition event. I don't know when it is, but it's a 2-hour event, and they want to have a party. So I think that's going to be the first party in the Hive. And then after that, I'm going to have my holiday open house in there in early December. So I kind of put that together in my head. So yay. Okay, so I'm going to flip down. Let me entertain you for like 3 more minutes, because I want to show you what I got going on with colors, because I think this is what I'm most excited about, is picking out colors. So, so the countertops, I don't know if I showed you this to you girls at all, but this is what I'm looking at for doing countertops. It's called Cipollino con Panna. Definitely Italian or Spanish. But it's this really pretty, soft, warm tans with browns marble look. And so that will be the counters. This is just 2 different samples. So hi, Sue. We're just going over samples real quick. Hey, Mary. So this is going to be the countertop. I'm pretty sold on this. And then I'm having my Amish man make all the cabinets, and he's going to also make me a table, 2 or 4 tables. They're going to be equivalent of 2 9x6s, but he's making them as 4 9x3s. And then this will be the tabletop. And girls, I took my ink pad and I went and I took it red and I let it sit on there for a while, and it wiped right off. So I'm super excited because it's like a little bit of a gloss on it, and so ink comes off. So I won't be sad when everybody gets ink all over. So this is the countertop. And then I'm thinking about doing the ceiling in ivory lace, doing a wall, mainly all the walls in this natural linen color, and it's kind of, there, you can see it, it's more of a cream. And then I'm gonna have a purple wall, girls. I'm gonna do Obi Lilac for the accent wall, where all the swap displays and the upcoming classes are on a wall that has all full of displays. And then in the bathroom, Tyler wanted green. So we're doing a green wall, and then we're gonna mix it with this natural linen. So, and then on top of it, what material is it? Are you talking, Shar? I'm not sure now where you're at with asking. Is it the countertop is, I think, for mica? I'm pretty sure that this is for mica. It's a countertop. It's a laminate, sorry, an HD laminate. So that's that. And then, this isn't the color I'm going to go with, but my Amish man came through for me, and he brought in a piece of, it's just a test sample, so he stained it. It's a little bit darker than what I want. He's going to try to go for the next lighter color, and so all the cabinets that are going to be underneath are going to be this. This is espresso, but girls, it looks kind of black actually. I'm trying to hold it. It's a really long board. So like, look at how long that is. So it's really oxidizing, but it's just, it's like almost black. And so I have to, he's gonna look for a lighter color for me, but I'm going for a rich dark brown on the bottom. So yes, the countertops and the table, these are both laminates. So they're from Countertop Specialists, and they're, I think, for mica, if I had to guess. I should probably actually know that a little bit better, but they're laminates. So they're gonna have a backsplash and then a rounded like drip edge. So yeah, so super exciting. So I love picking out colors. so that's what I've got going on. So thank you for sharing, Sue. I love it. Thank you. So I wanted to share that with you because you can kind of see like the pictures of that I've been posting, and now you can start to envision countertops and cabinets kind of like I am. So fun stuff. So let me put that off to the side. So I also want to share with you what I've been working on. I was fortunate enough to be able to stamp some of the last couple nights, and I've been working on the August classes, and I thought I'd share them with you now versus at the end. So because everybody's we're always like ready to go and then I forget things. So I want to show you because these classes I have coming up for August, they're the In Good Taste, which is in 2 weeks, the monthly class, which is in 3 weeks. I have the kits, I have the cards all designed. So anybody who places orders tonight, these would be options. Hi, Kathy. These would be options for a free gift for you to do an online class with me. So, oh girls, I was busy. So let me start off with the monthly class. So these are the 3 cards that we'll be making for the August monthly class, and that opens up, it's kind of like a fun fold. So it's using a larger strip of designer series paper, and I had to pull in the Hippo Happiness, so I haven't used that yet, and I had to make a cute little girl card. So there's one card, and then we go to a more feminine traditional flower card. I love my peonies, and so this I wanted to show. So we'll be doing this live, actually. Let's see here. In August, this class is live on the 20th, and so people have been asking me, how do you use the peony? And there's 4 different dies plus the leaves, and they all kind of nestle in each other. So pulled in the whole peony sweet stuff here, the dainty diamonds, the gems, the ribbon, the paper, the dies. And so that's the second card for monthly. And call out to Kathy Miller. She made a card very similar to this in a swap that I participated in. And it was so pretty that I just had to share it with you girls because I just thought I don't make enough masculine cards. And so this is using the Field Journal stamp set. And this is, so I went masculine, feminine, and kid card. And so these are the 3 cards we'll be making in 3 weeks, probably, August 20th. And then next 2 weeks, In Good Taste. Hi, Lisa. We're going to be doing on the 11th, girls. It's actually a Tuesday. So we're deviating from our normal Thursday nights. So that week, just know that I'll be live on Tuesday because my team leader, Kelly Atchison, is having her team meeting on the Thursday. If anything changes and she cancels it or moves it, and the Thursday night opens up, I'll move it back to Thursday. But for now, it's Tuesday night. So this is In Good Taste. And so this is a card I designed for a swap that I participated in June, but this was for In Good Taste. Hi, Kate. Hi, Naughty Nancy. So here's a fun fold. And then this is, I had to use the Whiskey Business. And this uses the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. It uses one of the dies. And I think that's it. But I had there's a not, the dies for this set don't match the flowers. They're just all labels. So I had to pull in and do a guy card again because we don't do enough of them. Then this one really goes full bore with all of the elements in the suite. Hi, Kathy. It uses the wood elements. It uses the designer series paper, the embossing folder, and there's only and then the dies. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, the die right here. There's a die. So I used all the elements of the suite for this card. And then I have another fun fold. Date night. I know, right, Nancy? I'm doing a live on date night, so don't tell Tyler, he doesn't know yet. So then you pulled out one of the stamps, the sentiment and the flower. I pulled in some of the other, there's a foliage stamp that looks like this. So again, this is In Good Taste that's coming up in a couple weeks. So if anybody places a minimum $35 order tonight using my host code, you could pick this set or this set, or I still have, just in case you're interested, I still have one set of the flower kits left here from the live last week. I have one of those left, and I have 3 of the sets from the monthly yet. So you could have your pick if anybody's needing to place an order to let me know what kit you'd want, set of kits you want for free. And then, girls, you're going to be so proud of me. This is for the launch party. I have 3 launch parties plus the online class for this. This uses some new product that is called Plaid Tidings. And it was kind of hard to make all these cards, but there's 4 different holidays that are kind of brought up in this stamp set. One is a fall card. One is for Valentine's Day. One is for Christmas. And then one is for Halloween. And so and this one I made into a fun fold. And so this class is for the launch party in September, which will be an online class. But this one, I'm not promoting this one yet, so the orders don't qualify for that. But I just wanted to share with you some cards we'll be making. This one, I actually, girls, you'd be really proud of me. I got my September through December class schedule ready. And so the catalog launch parties are all in the first couple weeks of September. So yay, thank you for sharing, Linda in Virginia. So yes, speaking of my schedule, just a heads up, I know a lot of you get emails from me, and if you don't get emails from me and you're interested in my class schedule, just shoot me an email. When I flip the camera down, you'll see my email address. Or you can message me on the Cards by Christine page, and I'll send you a copy of my schedule so you know what we're doing for all the online classes that are coming up, oh my gosh, through December 31st. So that's going to be here before we know it. Don't even say it, right? So, okay. So just know that those are some of the kits that I have coming up for August. I worked my butt off this last week getting a lot of cards made. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to put the paper pumpkin for July together, and then I'm going to make some alternative cards. Now, I did say other alternative cards in the plural. I am pretty sure that I researched and I investigated this a lot, and I'm prepared the most I've ever been prepared for a paper pumpkin. And I think I'm going to attempt 2 alternative ideas. We'll see how it goes, though. All right. So we're going to put the paper pumpkin together, and then we're going to do some alternatives. And then I have the 4 cards that I made last week with you. I have winners to announce for those 4 cards. So, but I also have to share one more beautiful thing with you. Oh my gosh. So my friend Angie Liner made this amazing and beautiful card, and you are going to be just stunned when you see this. It is huge. Like, look at this thing is like 7 inches. Okay. It's a 7x5 card. It is a Mac Daddy of a card. And you open this up, and it's one of those, oh my gosh, Angie, I saw that you were watching. If you're still watching, tell everybody what the name of this type of fold is, or somebody else that knows too. But this opens up, and it is amazing. Like, look at this card, and it uses all that B paper from Celebration. It was the B set, the detailed B set, and a lot of gold glimmer, and she just went to town on this card. I feel so honored that she gave me this card. So she's been going through some radiation treatment for some cancer that she had, and so she's just had it rough over these last few, I don't know, Angie, it's been 2 months probably. It's ever since we started with COVID, and she's been a trooper and just doing awesome, and we're so excited for her to start stamping with us again. So, but I'm just I've had this up, Angie, at class, and everybody is loving it. So yes, thank you for that. Okay, paper pumpkin, girls. So I did research, and I figured out that the color inside is Blackberry Bliss. So I love to use my big ink pads when I can, and I will probably give away this paper, this little spot, when I do a drawing next. So they started shrink wrapping these boxes, and they are so shrink wrapped that you really do need scissors to open this up. You definitely don't want to use your nails. You will break them. So grab your scissors and open up the plastic. Yes, Nancy, you were right. Angie's such a fabulous stamper. She makes what we call those kind of cards are 10-pound cards. They are humongous. Okay, girls, are you ready? So, paper pumpkin time, Jennifer. Yay. Who else is working on their pumpkin with me? Give me some thumbs ups or hearts if you're working on them. So, I'm so excited. I love the whole concept of summer nights and stars and galaxy, all that good stuff. And so I was really excited to see this one. So the stamps in here are awesome. There's a firework I've been wanting a firework for so long. I know there's been past stamp sets, but I can never remember the names of them when I actually want a firework. And so I think of Diane made a 4th of July card and she had to improvise. She put 2 half things together to make it, but there are our stamps. And here's our Blackberry Bliss little spot that you will use. And when you use this at home, you're going to take your scissors and you will just slice on each side to open that up. And it's a little fabric pad. Summer Nights add-on. There's a little brochure in here for the add-on. And they did this, I think this is the 3rd year in a row that they've done an add-on. And what the add-on consists of, let's get this like this. It's a paper pack and it comes with 24 envelopes and 24 note cards. And so this was an added thing that you could purchase, and it's still available. As I looked a couple days ago, it was still available. So there's 3 different color patterns, and then there's 3 different envelopes that have insides that are really pretty and decorated, and they're full of little fireflies. So there's like terracotta, there's coastal cabana maybe, and then Blackberry Bliss. So it's really cool. I love when envelopes have that pretty pattern on the inside. So that's the add-on, and that's what this little piece of paper is telling you about, that they are card bases, that they've provided a bunch of extra pieces in this kit so that you can make additional cards then that coordinate. Okay, then we have our pretty tissue paper. So open that up without trying to rip it, because then you can use it again. Who also saves this tissue paper? Like I do, and I'll save the paper pumpkin box for a while too. So when I was smart, this time I brought a paper trimmers down with me so that I have something down here. So, all right, girls, let's open up our kit. So my plan for you is I was gonna make one of each of these. So that you can get the general gist of what's going on. And then what we'll do is make some alternatives. So I throw the plastic away. And then just know on the back side of the paper pumpkin, you have the pictures of what the cards look like. There's actually 9 cards, so 3 of each of these. And then there's all these gift bags. And I'm like, what am I going to do with these gift bags? But then I just realized it. I'm having a party. I just was like, oh, I'm having a big butt party when, I didn't want to swear, when all this is done. And these are for decoration. I think that you could use them for party favors, treat bags, or summer party decor. So yay! I have decorations for when I have my big butt party. I don't mean big, I mean big ass party. You know what I mean, right? So, okay, so cardboard. Take it or leave it, whatever you want. And then in the little plastic baggie, hi Kathy. I know I owe you some recipes, Kathy. I did not forget about you. There's some navy baker's twine. You have some of the mini glue dots, and you have some mini dimensionals. So you've got some adhesive to work with. I save these little, I save these little bags in case I ever need to put something small in them. All right, you have these awesome gold stars. They're metallic, so there's glitter in all of them. Yay, who doesn't love glittery things? And then here are these little treat bags. So I can't remember if I read how many it was, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. Oh my gosh. So what we'll do is we'll follow the instructions to see what you want to do with those for decorating. So you have 10 treat bags. We're going to put those off to the side. You have the 3 bases that look like this. They're not bases. These are actually just mats. And they're not just mats. They're blank on one side. And I was watching and looking online, and I realized that these can be made into postcards. And if you look at this, it says, it's a party, you're invited. And then there's a when, where, RSVP, and a line. And so these can be all my invitations for all of my lovely neighbors who've been putting up with all the ruckus and the noise for the last 3 months. They're gonna get pretty invitations. I'm so excited. So I'm actually gonna make all these up. So, okay, let's look at this real quick. But these are the 3 mats. They coordinate with the bases here. So this is the add-on kit here. So that matches that one. This one kind of matches that. Well, that one matches that one. But yes, these are, so they made them so they coordinate with those DS or the card bases very nicely. Okay, so we have these 3 here. Girls, I never have enough space, so we're gonna go like that and like that. All right, then we have our envelopes. Hi, Vicki. These envelopes, I'm sorry to say, they're nothing special. They're nice, quality, white, Stampin' Up! Envelopes, but there's no decoration on the inside. But you could take your fireworks stamp and you could stamp some fireworks on the inside if you like. So I'm gonna set those there. This also comes with your vellum jars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in the card here, there's only 3 of them that are used. So that's where they're saying there's extra materials. I'm gonna put these so it's not so shiny right there. Oh, that's shiny too. Anyways, so I was trying to make it so it didn't glare in your eyes. So you have 1, 2, 3 that you need for this card. And then the other 3 are actually extra. So we'll set them over there. Then we have all these die cuts. So there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 sheets of die cuts. And so the one uses the Ferris wheel. So how I like to pop out my die cuts here, instead of going 1 sheet at a time, did you see what I did? I took all 4 of them and I just popped them all down at the same time. So that one is going to be used for this card over here, but we only need 3 of them. So actually that one is extra. Then we have a boatload of fireflies and stars and lanterns. And I think for now, I'm just gonna leave those together. Otherwise they will be falling all over and they'll end up in bed with me later because they'll stick to the bottom of my feet. And that's just how it goes around here. So the other day I had a little egg in bed with me from the Birds and Branches class. It was like maybe a month ago. Then you have all the white sheets here. And it's hard to see this in the light, but these are your labels. So there's 2 sheets of them. There's 3 that are this long skinny one that is for this one. And then there are this size and then this size. And so there's 2, 4 of that, and then there's 2, 3 of this one. So, 2, 4, and then 4, and then there's 6. So you've got extra labels that you'll have at the end too. Super nice. All right, so let's look at our instructions here and see what they say. So open it up, and the first thing it says is to stamp die cut labels and postcard bases. Stamp the invitation sentiment to look to the back of the postcard if desired. Reading is hard right now. All right, so what we're gonna do is a little stamping first. And so on the cards here, I'm gonna pull one of these off. Oh, let's grab the picture again. So this one goes with the Ferris wheel, and then this one goes with the lantern, and then the long skinny one goes with our jar. So I'm just gonna pull those off because then I don't need these sheets anymore. So for those of at home that are doing all your cards at once, you're gonna want to do all your stamping at the same time, or if you just wanna make one card, then that works too. So hi Pamela, you're gonna be using yours for your granddaughter's birthday party. That is awesome. You only got 9 treat bags. Let's look here, Jean. I could have counted bad. Let's see what I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I counted wrong. Jean, I only have 9 as well. So you were right. I was wrong. I counted. Math is hard too, apparently. So, all right. So let's look at, I'm going to grab my piercing mat. You'll be very proud of me. I put a new sheet on for you tonight so that it's not full of crazy whales that this little guy, he's hiding out and he's just hanging out by me here. So, all right. So this one we're going to do first. I'm going to start with the jar. And on this one, there is a top and a bottom to these, I think. They're indented up and down. I went with this side because I felt like I like the indents so there's a double indent, and I liked that on the edge. If when you're popping them out, you happen to get the little hairs hanging on the side, just take a scissors and trim them off if they bother you. So I have here, now in your first kit, you would have gotten your D block. Yeah, Nancy, you're right. There's only 9. I did not get 10. I didn't get more than I was supposed to, I promise. So, all right. So I'm going to grab, you would have gotten a D block. The D block is the bigger block like this. And I like to use smaller stamps on smaller blocks though. So I'm going to be pulling open my Blackberry Bliss and trying not to get it everywhere else. And so I always like, the first time I'm using a stamp, I always just practice with it. Make sure it stamps good. If there's any weirdness to it or fuzzies on it, you can clean it up. And there, that one's good. Just practice a couple times. Don't be afraid to get a piece of scratch paper out and practice with it so you get a feel for how hard. I had pressed too hard here, and you can see that when you press too hard, you can see that middle one was really squishy. So you don't want it like that. So I've got it that I know what I'm doing now, and white on white is definitely hard to do. So if you have some color, you could put that underneath, and that really helps to see the outline when you're stamping. Hi Jean, how are you doing, girl? Are you healing up nice? Okay, it's a party. Very, very nice. So that's what we have for this. And then on this one, there's also fireworks. So we're gonna put the sky at the top and grab the fireworks stamp out. And I'm gonna put that on my, I believe, the C block. That should fit on there. And again, the first time you're using a stamp, it's always good habit to practice to get any of oils that might be on it. I don't know why there'd be oils, but you know, when in the whole manufacturing process, you never know. So there's a firework there, there, and there. I see 3 of them. So that's what I'm going with. I'm gonna do one up here. Don't be afraid to stamp off the edge of your paper. Like I like to sometimes go off to make it look like it's bigger than what it really is. And then we've got one that's over on this side. And then we're gonna do one more right over here. And I kind of went at a diagonal, so it went this way and then down a little bit. Then it looks like there's actually some fireflies that are stamped behind the jar here. So there's 2 of them there. So if that's the case, what I'm gonna do is make Brandon proud and clean my stamp off with my purple chamois. And we're gonna swap out to get the firefly. And he's adorable, I love it. So this came up on conversation on Facebook, but this is the little guy, and his, I don't know if you can see it, his butt right there has a hole in it. And you're probably wondering, what is that for? Is this little bitty, I don't know, triangle looking thing? That's actually his light of his life. You stamp that in yellow, and that makes him glow in the dark. So if that's what if you guys don't know that yet, that's what that's for. I didn't know. I was so excited. I think Jennifer, you're the one that told me about that. So there's going to be a little guy over here, and we're going to put another little dude right over there. So now you can see it better. When you were looking in there, you can see right there, he's missing his butt, and that's where you can make it yellow. So exciting. So I actually didn't bring down a yellow ink pad, so we can't practice stamping his butt, but at home you can do that. So I've got this one pretty much ready to go. Then we're gonna see what else we need to stamp here. Okay, we have more fireworks to do on this card. So grab out the purple mat here, and I have the green at the bottom, and it looks like there's fireworks galore here. So a bunch of those. So grab your fireworks stamp again, and we're gonna stamp one along the bottom here. And then there's gonna be one to the left of the sentiment, and I'm just guessing where it's gonna go. And then there's one near the top of the sentiment over here. And then there's another one over there. And then let's just see here. I think that's it. I couldn't tell. There's a lot of lantern action going on there. Okay, so that's that one. Then are there any fireworks on this one? No, there's not. So the bags though, right here, you can see that they're decorated. As long as we got the fireworks stamp in front of us. Grab your bag. I want to show you what to do. I heard a tip that you should take a piece of scratch paper, hi Chris, and put that inside your bag so that when you stamp it, it doesn't go onto the back. And so I just I measured this with a ruler. It was like 3 1/4. And so I just made sure to cut my paper that size. And what you're gonna do is stick that in there. So now that when you stamp, any excess overflow is gonna go onto that piece of scratch paper. So we're gonna stamp a firework down here. And then there's one up here. And then there is another one near the top right there. Okay, so now when you pull this piece out. All of that little stuff would have been on the back side of the bag, and you would have seen it. So that's what, get a scratch paper and you can do that. Okay, so now I think that we're done with the firework. So we're gonna get this guy cleaned up. We're gonna stamp a couple sentiments on our labels, and then I think we're ready to do some assembly. So they're just gonna set that off to the side. And the sentiment on here, there's one that says, "Oh, the summer nights are all right, with everything magic and bright." It is a rhyme. so we're gonna put that guy, and on here we're gonna do this one and this one. So they're both the same sentiment. And again, the first time I'm using it, I'm definitely gonna see how it stamps. I think I just re-inked my Blackberry Bliss, so this stamp pad is stamping nicely. So what you can do, now if you're at home doing the paper pumpkin, and if you want this saying on all of them, you could definitely do that. Just stamp all of them at the same time. Now, if you have plenty of sentiment stamps at home and other ones that you'd like to use, just find one that fits in there nicely and just change the sentiment. But I'm gonna go with what's in the kit. And did you see I put some colored paper down underneath, because that really helps with seeing the outline of the stamp. It's a little crooked and a little over to the side, so you know what? I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna try again and see ones. It's really hard to see. So here's an idea. If you have a hard time seeing where you're stamping because of the block, put it on a little bit bigger of a block, and then you'll be able to see around the edges better. Let's see if that makes a difference. So there. So what was happening with this block is the edges of it were kind of right in line with the edge of the label, and I couldn't see exactly where I was stamping. So if that happens to you at home, just get a little bit bigger of a block, and then you're gonna be able to see it good. Okay, so perfect. That one will go with that, and then we have this long label looking thing. I don't know what the design is. Oh yes, oh, I was just gonna say that. Okay, so Pamela just announced that if you need more labels, and I caught this, there, I have it down here actually, Pamela. So the labels, they're this one, and that one. And these are from the Tasteful Labels dies. That is exactly what Pamela just wrote. And I actually figured that out. And I didn't know it was for the other two, but for my alternative card, I didn't realize that. And so I cut myself out a little label from the Tasteful Labels dies. And yeah, it's the same size. Yay. So yes, another reason to get the In Good Taste label dies. So this one will go right in the middle here, and then that's stamped. Okay, perfect. Now that's gonna go with this one over here, and now we've got that ready. Let's get this out of the way. We're gonna close up the ink for right now because I think that we're done with it for the moment. Oh, no. I gotta show you something, girls. Okay, so these are actually not going to be put into cards per se unless you get the add-on. These are actually postcards. So you flip them over, and this is how you make the invitation. So watch this. So It's a Party. So It's a Party's going to go first. Now, flip it over. So this is what so Pamela, you're making for your granddaughter's birthday. I think that it shows it right here. It's a party, you're invited, when and where an RSVP. So we're gonna do this on this one so you guys can see what this is all about. So It's a Party, it's gonna go at the top like that. Boom. Then we're going to, hi Sharon, I'm not sure if you're watching, but you just messaged me. Then we're gonna do You're Invited, which is this one right here. So that's gonna go underneath. Again, I have never used this one before, so we're gonna just make sure it looks good. Perfect. You're Invited goes right there. And Pamela, are you making yours along with me tonight, or did you already put yours together? I bet you're an overachiever and put yours together already. Then we've got all these little guys on the side here. So we've got when, where, RSVP, and a line. So let's get that there. Let's move this one out of the way because we're going to need that block. And we are going to do, oh, we're going to make some cute little fireflies. Put one there and one there. Okay, so we're going to get that off of there. And we're going to do when first, because that usually, I think, is what goes first. All right, so this one will go when. Yay, it's so cute. Okay. Girls, it's the little things that get us excited, isn't it? All right, then we have here where. Okay. Oh, hang on. Hold up. Wait a minute. This little line thing, I want to do that first. My trick with the line is set it down because you want a straight line, right? So set it down. It should naturally take a straight line, hopefully, and put your block over the top of it. And it didn't get straight. I was trying to show you a way for it to get straight, and it might work better that way. What's the stamp that looks like an eyebrow? So, I'm trying to look here. I think it's a firework tail. Like, sometimes fireworks have tails. It looks like it could be a firework tail. That's my guess. Don't know for sure, but that would be my educated guess. So the when, so I actually went, my when is over a little bit too far to, oh, I know what I can do. But no, just gonna go with it. So my line's gonna go off the edge. They're handmade, right? So it's gonna go off the edge. So there's one line and two lines. So if you're at home doing this, I would definitely do your line first. It might turn out just a little bit better. So, because I would have moved over to the left a little bit. So then we have where, and then do your line again. So where, they're handmade, so don't worry if they're not straight. And then we're gonna do RSVP. And does anybody else know what that little line was? If anybody's been researching or seeing the paper pumpkin cards, have you seen anything with it? All right. Hi, Francie. This is freezing very frequently. Got to try coming back and see. Yeah, that will probably help. I haven't noticed mine spinning at all yet, so it's still early though. Hi, Diane. Thanks for dropping off the sling for me. I appreciate it. So we got this done, and then we're gonna do one more line here. And because I put a dragon, I put a little firefly right where I'd put a second line. Okay. So teach me to put little fireflies all over the place before I really go to town here. So let's do one more over there. There. And we're going to do one more for good measure there. There we go. So this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make them into invitations for a party. Yay, because we all need to get out and party. We've been cooped up for way too long. So, all right. So that's a little bit of stamping. Now, you could do that on the backs of all of your postcards. And then if you don't, though, like let's say you don't want to make these into postcards and you'd rather have them be a mat, then I would recommend getting out some Night of Navy paper. So like here I brought down a Night of Navy card base. What you could do is just put it onto your card. So let's just fold this real quick and you can see I brought this down for my alternative card if I needed it. But like, look at that. If you want, you could just put that onto it. So they made them so that they would mat nicely onto colored cardstock. Cool. So let's get that out of the way and then get that out of the way. And so now we're at to the point where we're gonna assemble. How are you girls doing that are following along with me? Did I give you some time to get some stamping done? I hope so. We are going to flip this over and see what this one looks like. And this one is, oh, we're saving that one for last. Oh man, that one's got the lanterns. That one's a lot of work, I think. So we're gonna start with, wait. We're gonna start with this one. This one seems easy. So we have done our stamping And then what we have to do is these vellum jars are beautiful. If you have some of the flowers for every season baker's twine, you could wrap that around. There's a baker's twine that's white with misty moonlight. You could wrap that around your jar and make a bow on it, and that would be super pretty. So we've got our 2 fireflies are in the jar here. And now what I'm gonna do is grab one of the blue fireflies. If I keep calling these dragonflies, just know that I mean firefly. I have a tendency to like mix things up and I just do it. So you know what I mean, right? So this one's gonna go over here. This bad boy is gonna go over here. And then this one's it's gonna make its way into the jar soon. So we had in our kit here some of the mini dimensionals, and I like to pop up things. So I am definitely gonna pop that one. And as I'm putting it down, I am going to massage his little wings so that he gets dimension and he's ready to take flight. He's got to get out of this jar because he does not want to be the one that gets sucked into it and never come out. So this one too, take the wings and work them. So yes, Francie, you'll have to watch the replay. I'm so sorry. You'll have to watch it another time, maybe when there's less internet being used in the area. I'm not sure. That's what they told me at Charter or Spectrum. So that's going to go there. It has to do with the downloading of the video, not the uploading. So this one too, we're going to massage his little wings and then he's going to go up there. Now, the reason I put these on first is because I wanted to know where they were on the card for where to put adhesive behind my vellum. Now for this sentiment, I'm going to put dimensionals on the right side, and I'm going to do them over the whole thing. So I've got that kind of prepped and ready to go. Now, when it comes to adhering vellum, I like to put adhesive only where things are so that it's not all over, because with vellum you see glue everywhere. So if you have your little glue dots, you can definitely use them. I like liquid glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 2 off and just place this. And then what I'm going to do is flip this over and I'm going to put glue where my fireflies are and just where my label is for now. And that should be enough glue to keep that down. And then you're not risking getting glue everywhere else. So that is going to go right about there. Okay. Wow, I think that's it. I feel like there should be more. I think that we should put some gold stars on this. But if you look at the card, there's not much more going on there. So, hi Ruth. I don't know. That must be it, girls. So there's these awesome gold stars, but it doesn't show any of them on here. So I think I'm going to wait, and maybe if there's gold stars left, which there should be, then we'll gold star it up in a little bit. All right, but one done. Yay. All right, next one here. So if you're going to be stamping up the backs of these, I would definitely do that prior to popping things up, because otherwise you're not going to be stamping flat. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm not going to dimensionalize anything. So if I forget and I start dimensionalizing it, then I forgot. But I do want to, I'm going to put these flat because I do want to make these all into invitations for my belated summer party that's going to probably be in September. So this is going to go down here, and then that one's going to go here. So just for you at home, I would definitely use dimensionals because it would be awesome having this pop up versus being flat. But again, I'm remembering to do mine flat. Ooh, orange on the bottom, sky at the top, girls. I almost messed that one up. So let's put that on here just like so. And it matches. The bottom corners are rounded, and so that matches just like that. And then we're going to put the label on again, at home, use your dimensionals if you've already stamped the back. But if you haven't stamped the back, then I would wait till you stamp the back. And then this actually looks like it got tucked behind here. And now if you have ribbons at home or baker's twine and you want to like wrap it around or add a little baby bow on the side, definitely do that. You can add stuff to it. How I like to open up at these kind of embellishments, I take my scissors and I slice it at the top like that, instead of like opening that flap all the time, because then that gets caught on stuff. And it looks like there's 3 stars. They look to be all the same size. And we're gonna put one there, one over yonder, and then this guy, he looks like he is just tucking a little bit behind this one. All right, hi Karen, thanks for joining late. So honestly, girls, I know that a lot of you are saying that your screens are freezing, and I do watch along with you. I'm seeing it right up here, so you can see, I can see, oh, there, it just froze. So I just got the spinny wheel too, but then it just went right again. So you're right behind me, so if you have the freezing, it should hopefully catch right up. So that one's done. So boom, 2 of them, like that, pow. All right, now the last one. Ooh, deep breaths. Okay, so this has a lot of lanterns up here, and it has just a sentiment near the bottom. I tried to watch how to do this. Paper Pumpkin puts out a video, like a how-to video, and so I did my homework, and I watched the how-to video last night just so I could be prepared. So we have this lantern, we have this purple lantern. Isn't it gorgeous? Gotta love me my purple. And then we've got the green one, the soft seafoam minty one. There's a blue 42, and then another one of the greenies, light green. So these are the 5 lanterns. So got to pop out your innard here so that you can throw that away. Now, you got a little bit of twine on this this spool. It's a little bit. I put the It's a Party and You're Invited on the same block. Oh my gosh, Pamela, good idea. So what Pamela just wrote on the back of this one, well, wait, it's this one. Oh man. Well, I popped that one all up. Oh well. I did this one. What she said she just did is she put the It's a Party and the You're Invited, she put them on the same block so she could just stamp them at the same time. Smart move. You could also set this up on the Stamparatus, everything except for the lines. You could set the when, where, RSVP, It's a Party, and like one of the fireflies up, and then you would stamp that very easily. Okay, so back to our baker's twine. There's not a lot on this spool. I saw it and I'm like, where's the rest of it? Francie's gonna give up, but it must not be on my end of some other, yeah. So it's something that goes on with how many people are on the internet, I think. And I'll tell you, sometimes it happens, and honestly, for the last few weeks, it hasn't been too crazy. On the instructions here, I believe it says, for the lantern card, cut 2 4-inch pieces of baker's twine. Tie a knot on each end of the twine, and adhere a knot to one edge of the card base using a dot. So let's try that. 4 inches. Oh, did you know in here there's a ruler? So down here on the bottom, it said to do 4 inches, and you want 2 of them. So we're gonna do 1, 2, and it's okay if you're a hair over. They didn't like, if you're over by a 1/2 inch, it's not gonna matter so much. Next, it said to tie a knot in the bottom. I gotta look at the card, girl. I don't know if you girls are like me, but I gotta see what I'm looking. I gotta see what I'm making. It's so hard for mystery night. Some of the girls had a really hard time with it because they didn't know what to make, and you had to like work blindly. So what it said to do was to make a knot on the end. So that's what I'm doing. And then it says to take one of your little baby glue dots and put it down, and it's got it right at the top here. So you're gonna put right in the middle, put that little glue dot. And you're gonna pick that little white circle off, and then your knot goes on that glue dot. Now, if you have it all spread out, it might be too wide, so you wanna like roll it together so that it's not going over the knot. Like more glue is exposed than the size of the knot. Okay, there's one. All right, then it said to knot the other side. So I'm gonna knot it because it's gonna come down right about there. So that's where I'm gonna knot it. And try to get it so it doesn't go over the edge of your card. And so that's going to come right about there. All right. And get that guy stuck up on there. Now, you're going to set up the other side the same way. You're going to take and put a knot on the one end. And you may need, oh, Dar, yours is freezing too. So sad to see that, girls. I promise you when you catch, it's going to be crazy when you catch the replay. You'll be able to start from wherever you ended. And, oh, you know what would be a really good idea? If you took both of those ends and knotted them together so they were one knot versus having two knots at the top. Thanks for hanging in here, Elaine. Okay, so this one looks like it's on this side. So we're going to just weave that through. And then we have the green one over here as well. And then we have the blue one. And then on this side, I have to knot it. So find where you think you're going to be at the end. So it's going to be somewhere over there. So that one didn't need quite as much ribbon, but we're going to put it right about there. And then the purple one went first. And then this minty pool party one next. Okay, so now that you have those strung on your string, what you do is flip them over like that. And then what you're going to do is place dimensionals on the back. And grab the little dimensionals and you can put them with like probably one on the bottom side of each one. I think that should be sufficient. And get them all prepped, all 5 of them. And then what you can do is pick off the backs. So Kathy, I think that you're asking, what is the tiny little stamp for? I think that you're asking about that little guy. I'm pretty sure that's the one you're asking about. That is the firefly's butt. So this little firefly, when you stamp it, it's hollow on his butt, and then you could take yellow ink and you could stamp that to make it look like he's glowing. So Arliss is asking, could a person line everything up on one block and stamp for the information lines only, then stamp other things? Absolutely. Yes. And that's what Pamela mentioned too. She put the words on one, but if you had a Stamparatus or the big E block, you could line everything up and just go boom, stamp, stamp, stamp. Absolutely. Oh, yes. So Jennifer's on the ball tonight. She says, don't forget to give your fireworks some Stella. So grab your Stella pen and you can just draw some lines of glitter. And let me see if I need to refresh and rejuvenate my girl here to get more out. So yes, Stella, your fireworks, give them a little bedazzling. Bonnie would be proud of you, Jennifer, that you mentioned Stella. Yes, so I know you can't really see that so well on the camera from this angle, but it is getting glittery. Okay. I did not get that all. Kathy, I did not get that all at all. Oh, but I hope you got it now. So, okay, so next thing you're going to do, we've got these guys prepped. We are going to get them lined up where they need to go. So this one's near the top. And then this one's next. And then that flips over right like that. And then our blue one next. So flip that one over. And I'm not pressing these down quite yet because I don't know exactly where they're going to end up. So I think I don't want that one touching. We're going to put him over a hair. And then this one, flip it over. And we're going to put him there. And then this one's going to go right there. Okay, so that's the trick for making these lanterns looking like they're hanging from the sky. So we're not done yet, though. We need to attach our ends of our string with a glue dot. So grab one of those glue dots. And then what you're going to do is put it into the string, into your adhesive. And what I'm doing is, because the circle is just a little bit wider, I'm just squishing it so it's just underneath it, okay? So I know, thanks for you girls sticking out there for me. I know that some of you are having problems with it freezing. I just don't know. Mine does every little bit. Like right now it's freezing up just slightly on me. But then it comes right back within like 2 seconds. So, all right. So I've got that. So look, we've got our lanterns hanging from the sky with the greatest of ease. I am actually going to trim this one because it was a little bit longer than I thought it should be. We'll trim that one. All right. What do we have next? We have a sentiment in the label. So I think that, and normally I like to pop things up, but I think because my lanterns are popped up really nice, I'm going to put my sentiment flat. I will take my temperature, but I think that I'm feeling okay. And we're going to put that flat right here. So that is going to go right on the postcard front. Okay, so no stars on that one, but if we go back to our bag over here of our 9 bags, I didn't get 10, we're going to get some stars on our bag here. And it looks like one of them is over here. And then we've got one over here. And then, yeah, it looks like it might freeze for a second, girls, but it comes back within 2 seconds. So I'm not sure what's going on, but there. So now we've got one bag done. We've got the lantern done. We've got the Ferris wheel done. And we've got the firefly card done. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. So, and that star must have fallen off. So, yeah, so Nancy, I know it's freezing for you girls on and off. There's nothing I can personally do about it right now. It has to do with everybody's individual internet. So right now when I'm streaming, it is uploading data. And if you watch the replay, you will see it continuous. It might have something to do with people's bandwidth, but I'm just going to keep rolling with it, girls. So we got our 4 samples done here. Wonderful. Next, we're going to work on some alternative ideas. Are you girls ready for that? Oh my God. So I can't lie. I looked on Pinterest and I had to get some inspiration. Okay. So this is not all my own brain, lady brain going on up here. This is probably some other lady brains going on. So, and I did pull in some products that are retired, 2 stamp sets that I pulled that are actually retired. So forgive me for using retired product, but I have to bet if any of you were using Stampin' Up! Products in earlier this year during celebration, you will have gotten the Meerkat set. And so I'm going to be pulling in the Meerkat set. Okay. So thanks for tuning in, Kathy, for a bit. And I hope, yeah, for those that don't want to struggle through some of the freezing, you're more than welcome to pop back on later and watch the replay. So, okay. So what are we going to do with the Meerkats, right? That's what you're wondering. So I think that what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of our add-ons here. So this is, I think, the one that we're going to use. So I'm going to flip the camera down here in a second. And, okay, we're going to do this one. So I am wondering why the green is at the top. So I would have felt like it should be like that. So we're going to improvise. And we're going to cut this apart. Hi, Katie. Okay, this is called making an alternative. So do not be afraid to cut your cardstock. So I brought my nice Stampin' Up! Trimmer down here because I knew my baby one would be too small. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to make this be a mat. So what I've got here is a Night of Navy card base that's 8.5 by 5.5. And we're going to take one of the add-on cards. So it came with 24 cards. And we're going to cut that down to be a mat. So the Stampin' Up! Trimmer has 2 scoring and cutting blades. One's cutting and one's scoring. So it has 2 knobbies here. So one scores and one cuts. And I don't want to cut off too much of the green, but I do want to cut off a little bit of it. So what I'm doing is making myself a traditional size mat, which is 4 by 5.25. And I only got rid of a little of the green, and I'm going to get rid of a little of the top as well. So I cut off a hair on the bottom, and a hair on the top. I used the tip of the green glue and followed the gold edging of the jar, and that worked well. Oh, good idea. That works good. Okay, so now what I've done is I've created a mat for my card. Okay, all right, save the white piece here for something. Ooh, we're gonna make that be our mat on the inside. Ah, I love it when I think. Okay, so here's this, and then cut that to be, boom, 4 by 5 1/4, and now you've got your inside. Love it. Now, let's get this guy out of the way. Okay, so I'm laughing to myself because this is like a lot of work. I like to stamp on the fly, girls. I'll be honest. So I have here a sentiment that says, life is better with a friend like you. Does anybody want to guess where that came from? Any guesses? Any guesses? Okay. I'm pulling in a Versamark pad. I'm pulling in a Memento pad. We're going to need the firework. So let's grab him off of here. And we need, what else do we need? We need a stamp set. So this is Life is Better with a Friend Like You, is from Peaceful Moments. And so we're pulling that in. And does anybody remember, I am looking for this guy right here. Does anybody remember this one? The Gangs All Mirror. He was a free gift during Celebration with a $50 order. And we're gonna, I don't know if I've ever, oh yeah, I think I used them one time. So we're gonna use these guys. We're gonna put them on the D block like this. I have no idea if this is really gonna turn out for me. We're gonna wing it though. Okay, so my envision is these guys down here, and we are going to color them in, and we're making fireworks, and our friends are all watching the fireworks together, not socially distancing themselves. They are closer than 6 feet together, but that's okay. They are animals. They don't have to stay 6 feet apart. So, and the other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna be putting fireworks up here. We're gonna do 3 fireworks. And I think I wanna emboss them in gold. So, work with me, girls. We are going to do some Versamark. And I have my heat tool down here. Boom. And we are gonna do some of the embossing. I stamped one and made copies and glued it on the back. There you go. Oh my gosh, Pam, that's a great idea. You're so smart. Okay, so we are gonna put one of these up here near the top. Oh, I should have went up a little higher, but then we're gonna do one more, and he's gonna be on the side here. And then we're gonna do one more on the other side. I don't want to stamp on my tile here, so let's go like that. Okay. All right. Let's get this one shut. Now, I've got my gold embossing powder and a little Rubbermaid here, and I'm going to sprinkle this all over my mat. Don't worry about putting it all on the card. Now the trick is to put your jar back in here and get as much back in the jar as you possibly can. And then you're gonna shake off extra so that it lands in the Tupperware. And it's still going for me, girls. We're gonna shake that off and cover up our jar here. And we're gonna heat emboss this. So, I'm not gonna say much while the gun is going because it's gonna be loud, but what I'm gonna do is let it heat up for a second, and then I'm just gonna trace the images here, and you're gonna watch it as it heats up and embosses. So, let me see if I got that on high. Yep, okay. So, it's gonna take a second for it to get going. And then after it heats up for about 30 seconds, you're going to watch the magic happen with our fireworks. There it is. Don't get it too close to your fingers because it will burn you. All right. So that's what heat embossing is all about. Okay. So, can you see that? Oh my goodness. So that's gold embossing powder, and embossing powder, what it is, it's teeny tiny pieces of plastic, and they stick, because this is a Versamark pad, they stick to that, and then when you heat it up, they melt. And so that's super cool. All right, then we're still going here, girls. Okay, we're gonna stamp our dudes next. So okay. I haven't used these guys for a little while, but I hope they stamp up just perfectly. So now we're gonna make it like they're looking at us, but we're gonna actually color them in to make it look like they're not looking at us. So they are going to be looking up at the fireworks. This is my vision here. All right, so we're gonna stamp them good. Okay, they didn't color in very well, so I knew that was gonna happen, but we want it to look like they are looking at the fireworks. So what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna color them in with my Stampin' Blend here. So I'm just going to be tracing them and coloring in so that it's their shadows that you're seeing. So let's see how this turns out. Oh my goodness. So this is the basic black Stampin' Blend. It's basically a permanent marker. I mean, you could use a black permanent marker too in this case, and I could have grabbed that as well. And what I'm doing is coloring them in, all of them. Their face, their eyes, their nose, everything. What I want to make it look like is that it's their backs. All right, so what do we got? Our list, it's just hover over the screen. It comes right back. Been going off a lot today. Yep, that's what I've been hearing, you girls. So I appreciate your patience with technology tonight. We'll make it through it, I promise. So we're going to make this card and see how he turns out, and we'll decide if we want to do another one or not. So I'm using the thin end of this marker so I have better control over where it gets colored. And they got little tails too, so we got to make sure that they get colored. So you girls are probably thinking, what in the world is she doing? And we will find out when this masterpiece is done. This is Masterpiece Theater at its finest right here. And all right, so generally I go a little bit slower with coloring, but because I'm on camera right now, I don't want you girls to have to struggle through here watching me color so much. So, all right, so we got 3 of the little dudes done. Okay, this one's next. And how many of you have the Meerkat? I'm just curious if you've got this. It's called the Gangs All Meer. And I was looking through it, through all my stamps, and I couldn't find it. And here I had it in the wrong section of my teas. I sort all my stamps in alphabetical order, and it was in the TAs and not the THs. So, and we gotta do his little foot there. Almost there. Oh, and he's got a little tail that's coming out. Okay, we got one more little guy off to the side here. So I'm gonna name these Huey, Dewey, Louie, Tui, and Nui. How's that sound for our little guys? All right, and then we're almost done, girls. Just hang tight. I know watching somebody color is not the most enjoyable thing in the world. But I couldn't do it ahead of time. There was no magic of TV tonight. So, okay. Oh my gosh. That's not so bad. Okay, that's kind of working for me. So they're hanging out on the grass. They're all looking up at the fireworks, and we have a label here. So I went and I die cut my own from the Tasteful Labels dies, and we're gonna try it. So I'm gonna grab the Blackberry Bliss ink, and it says here, life is better with a friend like you. Now, that's not gonna fit on there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mask, and we're gonna put part of it there and part of it there. So, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope that it turns out perfectly fine. So, masking tape is a fine thing too if you don't want to waste your washi tape. But I just grab a little piece of washi tape and we're going to, this is called masking. So I'm teaching you girls some techniques tonight. So you're going to cover up at the A here so that it doesn't get ink past it. And what you're going to do, let's just see here. I can see if I can switch. It appears to be dropping video data. I'm just going to switch the data. See if that helps you girls. All right. So what we're going to do is ink up Life is Better with a. And now what's happening is I'm not putting ink over where the green tape is. And what you have to remember to do is take your washi tape off and set that to the side. And, oh, are we going to practice or we're going to wing it? I think we're going to wing it. So I am going to wing it with a piece of yellow, though, underneath me so that I can see my white pretty good. Otherwise it's hard. So we're going to put this Life is Better with a near the top more, just like that. Yay! Then we're going to stamp off. We have to clean the stamp good because we don't want any of the residue from where there was ink. We don't want any of that making a shadow on the label. Okay, so now that's clean. I always stamp off a couple times. Now we can put that same washi tape and we're going to cover up the A now. And we're going to stamp up Friend Like You. And make sure you take the washi tape off. That's something I always got to remind people. Otherwise you go for it and stamp it with the washi tape. So this is going to fit right underneath it. And let's hope that our other words were cleaned off good. And they were. Oh my gosh, yeah. Look at that. That's what I was going for. Life is better with you, girls. It really is. I'm happy on our Thursday night stamping with you. Oh, we're not done with that, actually. So let's clean this, though, before I get ink somewhere where it's not supposed to be. So getting my chamois. Got to clean that guy up good. There's that. Then we're going to do another technique here. Grab a sponge. This is how I sponge the edge of labels. So like if I put this on here, it's very stark and it's very white compared to the background. So I'm going to grab my sponge and I'm going to sponge the edges of this to bring it more nighttime-ish. That is a word. I just made it up. And we're going to just sponge. This is how I sponge. I start at the top above it and I go across the edge of the paper down. I don't set it down and try to do it. That has never worked for me. And I make sure to do everything at all different amounts so that there's no consistency or a pattern. So you can see what I've done is just put a little bit of a soft Blackberry Bliss border all the way around it. And, all right. So this is what's going to go onto our mat right here. And I am going to pop that up with some dimensionals. So I've got mine from the kit. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for tuning in. I know that you don't have the greatest internet out in Johannesburg. And a lot of people have been having problems with the internet tonight. And so I'm curious if yours freezes on you too. So, all right. So we're going to put the label off to the side here. We're going to cover up that firework. I'm going to put it right along the edge of my mat and then flip the card over and we're going to adhere this to the card base. And that's going to go, oh, you know what? I didn't do the bone folder. So I like to do that because I could tell my edge was rolling a little bit. All right, so there's that. Yeah, Kathy, isn't it cool that that little stamp is for his butt? I love it. All right, so far so good. It's turning out all right. I'm liking it. So Kelly, I pulled out the Meerkats, the gang's all Meer, and we threw on a couple of those guys. They're hanging out together. They are not socially distancing themselves, but that's okay. They're in fresh air. They are definitely outside. We're going to put a star right in the middle of that firework. We're going to put a star over there. And then we're also going to, oh, Stella. We are going to Stella. I'm going to Stella the edge of, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have. I'm going to do the whole thing now that I did it. So just know Stella makes color bleed. So now that I started, I'm going to finish the whole thing. And what you can see is happening is the Stella is making your color, when you do something like that, it makes the color bleed. And so just made it a little darker. No problem. That works. And then there's also the little fireflies here. I'm going to take, what's color? Do I want a blue one? We're going to put a blue one up there. Yep. And we're going to make sure you fold his wings. Okay, like that. And we're going to leave him flat though. So we're going to put just a little glue right in the middle of his body and not under the wings. And then we're going to put that just like that. There we go. We have an alternative done. Yay. I think I like it. What do you girls think? It's definitely a little bit, lots going on, but it's super cool. So I wish I had a yellow ink pad down here because I would show you how that bee or the firefly butt works. I don't think I do. When I'm out in the hive, I'm gonna have all of my ink pads next to me. So, all right, so we have an alternative done. So I know that you girls are still watching. There's a bunch of you still watching and you're still at this card, actually right here. So that was the last card. And I think just for fun, we're gonna do one more card. We're gonna make one more alternative idea because I said that I had two of them going on in my head that I stole off of Pinterest. So let me get my stamps cleaned up here. So now when I see this, I wish I would have done navy around the edge here because that would have really tied it in good. So thanks for sharing, Arliss. All right, let's get that stamped off. We'll clean up our meerkats. The next card is not firework orientated. This thing can get thrown away. And we'll get this cleaned off. All right, the next card is actually going to be more beachy themed. And let's see what we got. We're going to grab another one of these bases, I think. And what color do we want it to be? So I have this one right here, I think. That's, ooh, that could work. Okay, and we might just leave it just like this. We are not going to cut this down. I think we'll just leave it exactly how it is. So this is one of the extra 24 bases that you get. And we're going to make some water. Ooh, did I bring navy? I did bring navy. Okay, good. I brought navy down. I brought basic gray down. Let's get this out of the way. I brought down a stamp set called High Tide. And I brought down a favorite of mine that is retired. So disclaimer, retired. Lori Ransom, sorry if you're watching this. I don't mean to rub it in, but Lori Ransom is looking for the stamp set in case anybody is looking to sell theirs. She would buy it. So I will never sell mine because I am a fan of palm trees and I love the palm tree setup here. And the words, I like the font on this a lot. So this is a classic of mine that I really like. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make some water down at the bottom. Oh gosh, girls, look at this. All right, so this is what a very loved stamp set looks like. You're going to laugh. Like, look at this stamp set. All right, look at the color going on. I've used these a lot. So if you don't have this stamp set, you need to seriously consider getting this stamp set called High Tide. It is a wonderful, versatile stamp set. So you've got this stamp down here that is water. It's lines, and it's really hard to see it because of the pinkness going on. We're also going to take out of here the bird. The bird's the word. So we're going to do birds. We're also going to take the grass. So the grass is over here. So we're going to set that there. And then out of our, so I've got templates in here for masking. That's what that is. We're also going to take Beach Happy. And this one's less loved, but you can see I have used the palm tree and its stem. So, and then what we're gonna do is put that off to the side. So we're making a beachy card here, like sunset. Oh my gosh, this is the perfect base for this. Okay, I need to get a piece of paper that we can use underneath so that I am not getting ink all over the place. So we're gonna do this one. All right, work with me, girls. Now we are gonna do water first. So I am gonna grab the navy. Let's get the black out. I'm not sure if I need that. So we're gonna do navy ink first, and we're gonna ink this up, and it looks like that. So it makes water. And what's nice about it is this side is rounded out and this side is inverted. And so what's awesome is you can line the water up so that it makes it continuous, like a continuous line of water. And we're gonna attempt this at the bottom here. And you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna put this actually underneath. Because this is a photopolymer stamp, I like to make sure I have an extra little bit of cushion down here. So we're going to make water. Now, I like to do this second strength right underneath it to give it a little bit extra fill in. Okay, so we got some water down here, and then we're gonna add a little bit more across the page, and then I second strength stamp it right underneath. Okay, so we've got our water look going on. I'm gonna top off just a little bit on the side here, so that filled that in. Okay, that's it for the water. Now what we're gonna do is switch over, and I'm trying to debate, do we wanna use basic gray or do we want to use Memento? I can't even ask you because you girls are so far behind me. You're back. I don't even think I've started the alternative cards yet. So we're done with water. So we're going to do a palm tree. So let's see, is that clean? Yes, it is. Nice. So we're gonna put the palm tree top on, and we're gonna prep our stem here, and that's gonna go on there. And so that's gonna go, okay. I'm trying to debate, girls. Do we do with gray or do we do black? So we're gonna try gray and just see what it looks like, because the black might be too black. Let's just see. Oh, that's too light. I'm trying to make it look like it's nighttime and it's like dark. So let's do the Memento. This is called Stampin' on the Fly, girls. We're gonna stamp that off till that's clean. And I'm going to black, and I'm gonna ink that up, and we're gonna see if that looks good. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Oh, let's see what second strength looks like. Looks just like gray. We're gonna go with the black. So we'll see if it works. I'm gonna put a palm tree off to the side here, and it's gonna be partly on, partly off. And that's going right there. Oh, I hope I did it long enough. I mean, tall enough. Oh yeah, look at that, perfect. Okay, and grab your trunk. And palm trees don't grow straight, girls. I know that. So we're gonna put it so it's coming off the edge like this. And like that. Okay, so far so good. All right, so let's clean that because we're gonna need this block. I should have brought more blocks down here. Block happy tonight. So that's, the trunk is done. And this, oh, you know what? Oh, we can do it later. I was going to put a palm tree on the inside, but I can do that later. Then birds. Oh, we'll do the birds in gray. How does that sound? Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of gray birds. And they are going to be flying through the air with the greatest of ease. They are flying over this water like they own it. Okay. We're going to do them right like that. Like shut your eyes and stamp, right? Just hope it ended up good. All right. Oh, I love it. Okay. All right. So far so good. I'm loving it in an instant. Now, we're not done yet because our tree is basically hanging out in water. We have to get our tree grounded, and like it's on a little island in the Bahamas right now. So We have grass, which can go over here. And we need sand. So in the high tide, there's sand. There's sand. There's 2 different sand chunks here. So we're going to grab the smaller of the sand chunks. So just so you see what this is the sand, and what happens is this lighthouse fits right in the sand. And so when you saw me open this, I created a template. So that's how that works. So that if you need to mask, you can mask really easily. All right, sand first before grass. So I've used these stamps so many times that they need a good bath. They need a good washing. They are not so sticky like they used to be in the day back. Okay, so this is going to go like that. You see, now it's got a little sand. And then we're also going to add a little bit of foliage. Our little bits of grass are going to be growing up our tree trunk. Just like, let's see here. How am I going to do that? Like that, maybe. I'll do one. Oh, no, that looks nice. We'll just do the one. I think it looks nice anyways. So what we have here is a little sand that's coming out from the water. And there's a little bit of grass that's growing. And we've got our birds flying. We should just put a sentiment. It's so pretty just the way it is. Doesn't it look like the sunset and like you're just out in the tropical climate somewhere? Somewhere warm and not in Florida where the hurricane, I believe, is coming on them now. It's like knocking down their doors, I guess. So, all right. Let's find a sentiment. So, we can do a couple here. This is all very uplifting and emotional uplifting. There's nothing little about the light you shine. In high tide or low tide, I'll be by your side. Let hope be your lighthouse, beckoning you through stormy seas. So let's go over this one. And we have on here, don't worry, beach happy, relax, you deserve it, wishing you sunny days, and thanks. I like don't worry, beach happy. So we gotta find that one. It looks like that one. And we'll grab our block. Got a hot mess of pink stamps going on here. So this says, don't worry, beach happy. And where do we want to put it? Maybe like right there. How does that? That works for me. So it's stamping. Can't go wrong. Put it wherever. Okay, so we're going to put that right about here. And we're not going to worry about a label or anything. We're going to stamp it right on the base. Now, this paper is a little thicker and more, not as porous. It's silkier. So I'm just giving this black ink time to set and stamp a really nice, good image. Nice, even pressure. I really want to see the sentiment like that. So that turned out good. That's really good. I like it. Oh my gosh. I feel like I should be in Florida right now. So, all right. We are just about done, girls. We kept it to about an hour and a half. Yay. I try to keep Paper Pumpkin that long, so I'm not keeping you all night. So let's recap what we all made tonight and get some of the stuff cleared out of the way. We made these 2 alternatives right here. We made the 4 items that came in the kit. So it was the 4 postcards, and then it was also the little bag. So I don't know. I think that this one's my favorite. What's your favorite? I don't know. That one just makes me feel like it's warm and I should be on a chair outside and I should be sitting in a little Adirondack chair, or however you say that, right here with a drinky drink in my hand, right? So, oh my gosh, we did it, girls. Okay, so I am super excited to know that all of these are postcards that you can make invitations for like that. So these are definitely going to be my belated summer party invitations. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. This one's awesome. Do you know how easy that was? Now this is called simple stamping. It's just ink and paper actually, but there's so much depth going on with the texture of the paper. Like just to get this was part of the add-on. This paper was part of the add-on So you got actually 8 pieces of paper that were the bases, and then you got the matching envelope for this one. So in this case, you could put it with either of those 2 envelopes, and it would be super, super pretty. So I like it. Like, that's a really easy card to make up. So my favorite, all right, you girls can tell me what your favorite is. So I know you're freezing a little bit more, and I'm down to 3 people because you guys are freezing. So I do want to do the drawing and tell you girls who won the cards for the jar class that I did last week. So drum roll. And the winner for this card was Sandy Alba. I'm not sure who you are, Sandy, but your name was drawn. So I don't have your address, so you'll have to message me your address. I'll also put in the comments who the winners were. Drum roll, please. And the winner there, Bobby. Bobby McPherson, you won this card. Your name was drawn for this pocket card. And then drum roll. We have here the winner for this card, Brenda Lovelace. Yay, congratulations, Brenda. You were the lucky winner for this one. And last but not least, drum roll, the shaker card. Boo, yeah. We have here Mary Carls. Wonderful. Congratulations, ladies. So I do have some of your addresses, but I know I don't have all of them. So I will get those in the mail for the people that I know. And then next week, we'll be making 2 summer cards. So I have my I have my in-person bingo on Wednesday night, and we're going to be making 2 cards in bingo. And so what I'm going to do is, I didn't have any other real online class that I had up my sleeve for the summer. So because we have In Good Taste after that, and then we have the monthly after that. So what we're going to do next week, Thursday, is just going to put 2 simple cards together. And then I think what I might do is show you some of the swap cards that my team made. They did a fabulous job making the swap cards for a team swap party I had. And so I can't wait to show those cards to you. So I think that's what we're going to do next Thursday. So if anybody's interested in those kits, I will sell them. I normally do $4 a card. So it would be $8 for the 2 cards, or free with a $15 order. So that's if you want any of those kits. And I don't know what they look like yet, so I haven't designed them. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. So girls, I know that you're a ways behind me because you are still on Meerkats. So just know that you're probably about 10 minutes behind where I am finishing up now. But I appreciate you so much for sticking with me. I know at one point 40 people were watching, and now we're down to 3 because everybody's internet is it's just really weird. I still show that it's recording and everything should be working good for the replay. So I hope that you girls can just tune back in for the replay to catch what's going on and see who won and finish up the extra cards that I made for you. So I'd love for you to comment what your favorite card is that I made tonight. If it was the alternative or if it was one of the paper pumpkin ones. So other than that, I don't want to keep you girls. So I hope that you have a great rest of your week and enjoy your weekend. Stay cool if you are outside, and lots of sunshine and happiness to you. Love you. Bye.